YouTube, what's going on? It's your favorite Misfit, Misfit FM. Welcome back to another episode of the Roundup. As always, before hopping into today's lovely video, make sure you like, subscribe, and do everything you can to support your favorite Misfit on YouTube. The first thing we're going to talk about is kind of something that's been pretty popular in the mainstream this week, and especially something that is kind of concerning for those in the art world space. That is Studio Ghibli in AI. Now, obviously, it started with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is one of the more prominent AI models that a lot of people like to use, but now pretty much there's a lot of different other AI tools that can also do the same thing that we're going to talk about. That is using Studio Ghibli's art style and really recreating it in as simple as a couple clicks or a couple keywords as well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show any of the images because I just don't want to support any of that nonsense, because primarily, here's my thing. I like AI. I've used AI in a variety of different ways just to test out and experiment it. And also, I know a lot of people in the workspace that I've worked in over the years have used AI in a variety of different ways, kind of more for references, sometimes help with note taking, or other varieties of that nature. Now, here's my thing with AI. I generally don't like how Studio Ghibli artwork's used. Now, this isn't the first time this art style has been used as prominent, because in the past, I've seen AI models do this before with Studio Ghibli art style, but now it's become more simplistic and easier to kind of mimic the style. Not almost so one-to-one, but damn near close to it. And a lot of people are pissed off about it. I am one of those people who's a little concerned. I'm a little pissed, a little concerned, a little bit of both. I'm trying to find a middle ground here, but it's very hard for me. I will acknowledge my bias toward the situation. And this is just because of the sheer fact that when I think of Studio Ghibli, I think about the amount of hard work and dedication that goes into just maybe 4 seconds, let alone film or for a show or animated movie, and those take a damn near many years to get fruition and fully flushed out. And to see it kind of just generate in a couple seconds is very frustrating, because it then opens the door to a lot of issues around copyright, because I think that's something that's really been prominent and always when it comes to AI and artwork, because there's going to be scenarios where it's going to be very hard to tell if this is copyrighted, someone else's work, versus this is just purely AI, or AI stole someone's artwork style or something like that, because it can happen. It has happened. It's only going to get worse from here. And I mean, again, AI is great for some things. I've seen some really cool stuff it's done in the medical space and other aspects, but when it comes to art, graphics in general, it's always going to be a gray area, just because of the sheer fact that in order to create these really interesting graphics is making, it has to get its source from somewhere. It has to get its information from somewhere, a reference from somewhere, and that's where it gets very frustrating. Obviously, the one and only, the god of Studio Ghibli, the man, the myth, the legend, he hates it. If you look at his comments about AI and all that stuff, he's not a fan of AI. Johnny hates it. So I'm really curious what his response to this is. Because Studio Ghibli as a whole is an iconic studio. Everyone knows it. So many movies that is part of people's childhoods. I mean, hey, My Neighbor Totoro, favorite movie all time. The one up there playing, got a shirt that says it for it as well. It's just a phenomenal movie. But stuff like that now, you can make AI artwork of it, and it's I don't know how to feel about that. I generally have mixed feelings about it. It's not something that I'm just openly optimistic and happy for. Like, I literally saw a post of when a follower of mine, not follower of mine, someone I follow, that literally posts about do with a sign. I'll say his name. I don't care about spoiling it, but do with a sign. He posted a post with kind of AI artwork with it, and I'm like, dude, no. I get the hype, you're jumping on it, probably gonna get some good likes, but I saw that comment section, and yeah, they're not feeling that. And this ain't the first time he made a post that they're not feeling. It's like you're gonna see that more commonly pop up, because I just don't like art style being it's just not my liking. So, but obviously, this is just my take. Obviously, let me know what you guys think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. And let's, move on to the next topic, which is Boruto time. You know the vibes. Now, Boruto time. You already know what's about to happen. It is a fun little reality check for a lot of us this month. So, obviously, AnimeJapan 2025 happened. For those who don't remember what that is, let me refresh your mind for a second. AnimeJapan is essentially a big conference hall or not music festival, but anime festival, where a lot of the big prominent studios get together, kind of showcase what they got planning for the rest of the year or upcoming for future. And a lot of the studios that we know and love are there, that made some really iconic animes, or currently are ongoing right now. Now, the ones we're focusing on is the myth, the legend, that is Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, or we want to hear about sequels. We want to hear about something about the anime. And did we get any of that? No. We got an exhibit with some of the prominent projects that Studio Parrot, the company that makes Naruto and Boruto and many other prominent animes, they gave us an exhibit of like Boruto, Black Clover, I believe other ones, but nothing else. Just exhibit to showcase some stuff that we've seen probably hundreds of times, maybe some new artwork here and there, but like nothing else. And a lot of people, I read the Reddit comments, I read some of the people on Instagram that I follow, they just were very disappointed. For me personally, I wasn't as disappointed, just because like when you kind of start to announce things, and especially of the Boruto scale, I genuinely thought you'd get more hype, maybe some leaks around it, but there was nothing upcoming to it or leading up to it. And then after it was just like pretty much tone silence and pretty much just kind of acknowledging that, okay, we're just gonna get an exhibit and that's it. So, obviously my mood, I'm okay. Like, I generally didn't get my hopes too high up. I was acknowledging the prospect of potential news around it, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I know the community for a while have just been asking for some type of news to linger on or hold on to in relation to the Boruto anime returning, or maybe even getting the 4 episodes from the anniversary for Naruto, but we got nothing so far. What we do have is, again, this really old news that we kind of have to keep bringing up so that people are aware of it. It is that last year, TV Tokyo Financial Report, they did with Studio Parrot, and they did acknowledge that by the end of the fiscal year, which is basically around the springtime onward, that we should get some news around Boruto or Naruto related content. To what extent that will be, I don't know. That's kind of, the report didn't really specify too much about what we would expect to see. It just said that we should be seeing something around that time period. That's kind of the timeline that's out there. Around this timeline, because we're heading into spring pretty much, we should see something hopefully before spring ends or the beginning of summer, but I wouldn't hold your breaths. Obviously, let's be optimistic, but let's also be realistic. Now, someone who loves Boruto, Naruto, and the various other stuff that SP has put out, we also have to understand that Boruto is not the only project they have. I think a lot of people are also hoping for Black Clover news, but Black Clover obviously has been kind of getting some rumblings about the anime coming back, but we haven't really seen much about that either from SP. Kind of the main thing we've seen when it comes to anime is Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, and obviously that's been going pretty phenomenal for them when they use the format. We're kind of expecting a lot of stuff moving forward in the realm of maybe Boruto and even Black Clover to go to more of a season format where it's not just a weekly episode dive. We're going to get a certain set amount of episodes for a season, and then we're going to keep it pushing, and usually it's canon focused, so we don't have much filler. If we do, probably maybe when it does it. Everything I said, please take with a grain of salt, because this is just kind of me kind of theorizing what they're doing based on what's already done with similar titles that they had under their belt. It could just be a good direction overall, just to help maintain a better schedule for the staff, crew, and everyone along with it, and hopefully helps out with better pay for animators who are tagged along. Maybe you're tagged along, helps them out with pay. I just always like to give the W's to those who put the work in, acknowledgement they deserve. Because there's a lot of great animators that have come from the Boruto scene, Naruto scene, worked on the cool projects with other prominent animators, and I'm excited to see what they do to it when it comes back. Because right now we know nothing. We're kind of just circle jerking ourselves. Excuse my language by saying that, but it just kind of feels like that. We're kind of like going through this little cycle of like, okay, we're getting hyped a little bit. Oh no, there's some news coming out. No news. Okay. Anticipation, disappointment, or whatever it is. But like, I think the main thing is, if you're a fan of Boruto, if you're a fan of Naruto, if you're a fan of even Black Clover, I thought you guys in here as well. I know it sucks to say this, but you gotta be patient. Stuff like this, not easy to do. Animation takes longer than we think, and you just gotta hope and pray that they work it out, man. Hopefully they can come back with a banger, and the wait worth it. So, I'm kind of estimating maybe late 2025, early 2026 for something related to Boruto or even Naruto. I want to say Naruto this year because of it's just only 4 episodes, but I don't know to what degree they want to go with it, because they could maybe change the dynamic of how they want to tell that story too. So, because the initial idea for that anniversary episode was that Naruto basically becomes the captain of 7 while Kakashi's out. So him leading Sasuke and Sakura is an interesting combination. But if they end up changing that story, that would be pretty interesting to go with it. But we know it's highlighting the OG Naruto days of 7, and try to see whenever that comes out. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts about all that stuff in the section of our comments as well, because I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Hey, it's Steven from like an hour ago. I'm recording my ending of this video because I hated the previous ending because it wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys showing me love as always. Take care, relax, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys here next weekend. So peace and love. Check out Mr. Sasuke below. New posters up, should be up by now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.